Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Impresja. Apologies for the last recording and the echoey sound. I'm in a state of flux, as it were, with audio. As you probably could tell, there's might even be a case here where the audio is somehow louder, which I don't even know how that would be the case, but whatever. But yeah, I'm still adjusting both the hardware and the software. The echoing was caused by a setting in OBS. If you're interested, there's a checkbox that says disable Windows audio ducking, and you would think that would be a good thing because anything Windows does is probably bad, but in this case it actually was something that shouldn't have been disabled. So the problem with a game like this, and I do not believe it saved me where I was at all. It instead saved me here, which is almost like a little bit of a cheat to tell us what to do. The thing that I could only find one person who'd played this on YouTube, and they made French videos, but they did show me what I was missing. See how there's a red square there where you can right click? Well, when I right click, it shows me that. Well, magically, there's a ability here that lets me put photos inside photos, and then that changes the events of the entire world. So you probably wouldn't have recognized this, but this door that is yellow and purple with a green wall blocking it behind there is basically the first door we saw way back at the beginning. And they're trying to remind us of that. Interesting sound effects. They tried to remind us of the fact of that by showing us a photo before. So this yellow and purple one needs to be taken over this direction. Well, nope, it can't be this one, can it? It's got to be this direction. And then this has to be here. Now, as it stands, walking around here, you see that this photo has the middle column missing, and this photo has the middle column missing. So going through that one's not useful. But this one shows the photo here and here. And so we've got that synergized. But that's not what we want. We want the photo that has the person that we saw at the very beginning. The one person in the entirety of the game. That we've seen. This. And I may have to do some more maneuvering, as it were, to get this quite right. See, that one can put one there, and we need that one there in slot 3, not in the center slot, which means this may not work. Yep. See, when you right click here, it focuses and it doesn't let you do it. Alright, so there is a bit more of a trick to it than I initially thought. This one can take the middle. I'm probably wasting my time putting this back here. Right click, right click. And see, at some point we may have 4 photos or 3 photos around this idea. But we may not. It may become easier. We're, from what I could tell, about halfway through the game. And to have a whole new system introduced and really just not have enough of a breadcrumb, that seems like this is really where it falls apart. So we take this, and we've got to put this one over here. And see, this one only synergizes with the far right. And I think what I want to do is go down this direction, which is confusing to say the least, but that is the way it seems to work. So we put that on this side. And then that's not where we are going yet. These hallways are just a little too long. Right, this way. There we go. So you have to right click and then you click on it. And then that has just magically moved it. Now we have to go over here. And put it here. Let's see. How did I end up in the wrong place? Here we go. I want this to go in the middle. Was there a way to get this painting in the middle? See, because this is a different, this is a different painting. But that you can only right click them in these little easel spots. And that's still there. That is right. And when you're in the right click mode, you can't walk any further. We want it over here. Maybe I did move it. Yeah, I had to. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to move it there. Alright. So we can kind of see how this is turning into more of a mess than you would first assume. You would kind of think that this would be a little bit earlier and easier to figure out. It's not really the first game that, however, to throw you for a bit of a loop. And I only looked up the solution to this, so I don't really know the solutions past this point. I didn't want to cheat all the way through the end of the game. There we go. But certainly fairly crazy to think, oh, this means I need to put this here, and then right click this, and then left click it, right click, highlight, left click, put that photo, then unclick there, put that photo there, and then make what is just an incredibly long journey with the music changing all the way in a somewhat straightforward motion back this direction, all the way to get back to the beginning of the game, to get back here and see that the photo has moved. We see also that there is a blue sculpture here, and then there is a hole in the ground. So when we get to this probably is game over, and this probably does bring life to the world. But yeah, we needed to move it all the way here to get to this point, which we've completely forgotten about, which these two gates unlock, and then bring us back to this area, which then we can put that on the wall, which then that bounces that all the way out. I don't know if we needed to bounce that all the way out this way to potentially open a new door or something, because we just don't know. Like, that very possibly is not the right piece that belongs there. Now, almost assuredly, this is not the right piece that belongs here. But I'm not sure exactly what shape we've left anything. Like, we've probably already done this, so the odds seem kind of unlikely, but possible. Put this here. We have a blue and purple, which this symbol here just cannot be. So I would assume that this probably should go somewhere here. but you just don't know. And honestly, I don't think I'm supposed to solve anything more in this section, because if anything taught us anything, it's the fact that what we just did was the solution to something else. And they are trying to keep things. We need a red and yellow to open that. Which, where would be a red and yellow? Because these paintings now obviously are keys. That's a blue and purple. And a yellow would be blocked here, so it would have to be a red and yellow that came out from these directions. Let's... The problem we really run into now is with the audio glitching like that too. That's a confusion. We just don't know. Hey, wait a minute. We did just find something. Blue now connects. This dial, blue and purple, would now allow me to take something through here, as long as it's not blue or purple. Which honestly, I don't know what... Blue and purple would almost certainly be stopped by everything over this direction. Because these are all dark blue and light blue. And this one's blue and purple. So we have made progress. But not as much progress as I would like. This one clearly needs to go somewhere else at some point. It's connecting this room with this room. Whereas maybe we could mix some other things up. There's a lot of little sound effects happening, and I assume they are real sound effects and not the game screwing with us. So we really don't know where this is. So this connecting all the way here, and here, and then here, and then here, just connects it all the way back to itself. So that's not very useful. I think what I want to do is probably disconnect that and let's see, I could put this blue and yellow here. Instead of that, I don't know if that does anything. Just because we made a connection doesn't inherently mean we made the right connection. This one now here. See, that kind of just connects what we had already seen before. If I put that there, however, and then run. It feels like there should be a third place that exists, a place where you can just put down photos or put them in an inventory. Doesn't seem like there's really a necessary reason for that to kind of exist the way it does. Okay. So we take that and we move it. And then that just connects and bounces back to itself. Then we have a blue and yellow section that kind of bounces back to itself. So I don't know how you get this ever to leave the blue and yellow section. Like, this is the only way in or out where anything yellow can move. And we are once again stuck in the ground, or the keyboard's messed up. Let's try something different. Yeah, clearly at some point there's gonna be some trickery that happens where the photo on one side is going to look at the photo on another side. That goes all the way to green, which I don't think hitting a green wall means anything. And then that bounces all the way there. And see, my only understanding was this far. That's as much as I had done, looked up the answer. See, that puts that here, which then bounces it over this way, which then bounces it over this way, kind of back into itself, I believe. Yeah. We are just bouncing it back and forth. And if I go that way, then I need to be able to change what this path leads to, which right now I don't even know what that path, where that picture is, unless it's one of these. Yeah, it is. So this one, maybe there's more to this just around the idea of it absorbing. And it kind of feels like there's a glitch every time you get it right. Right, we now have over here purple and yellow. So we've reconnected that part. And shoot that this way. Yellow and green. And these middle pictures are not going anywhere. So we have a purple now. And honestly, I think that really just went about to to over emphasize the efforts, frankly, of just getting to this point. Purple, purple. So what I feel like needs to be done, so we need this to go this way, through that way, and then when it hits this, it's bouncing back, and bouncing on this picture. And what we are seeing is that. So, theoretically, if I've wrapped my brain around here, we should be able to go up to the spiral cert case, and that should take us to a new area. Hopefully. Because we desperately need a new area. Being stuck in this one section, middle section, is not great, and it feels like it's only going to get worse. See, this doesn't make sense. I can't go through this, but I can go back here. But then I'm stopped at that point. I could go here, but I'm stopped at that point. So I probably... No, I can't go there, because I'm stopped with that. And I don't really even know what that scene is. What's the point of having those? Right. So this didn't change. So it really does feel like the paintings are more scripted than you would think at first glance. That you very well have to have everything exactly in the right place for it to actually do the thing you want it to do. Right. This cannot go that way. It cannot go this way. It cannot go that way. So effectively, this position is wrong. It's just an extra position. And that's a pink one, so we can't use that one. So the only one you can use is this. I also feel like they very well hand-coded the solution, so only certain photos interacted with certain other photos. So you put that there. And that doesn't do anything. And that doesn't do anything. But this now beams that to a point that solves for that. And you have a purple and blue, which makes both photos that you have right now not viable for anything. And there's really no way anything like that would work. So what if we were to swap this one with this one? Then we have this shooting out a beam this way, and that's blue and yellow. So do we have something that's not blue or yellow? Well, we have this, which is light blue, so maybe that was a dark blue? No such luck. Blue, dark blue, purple, purple and yellow. And that would be blocked there. And that would be blocked there. Okay. We have this now bouncing. Let's see. The top of the stairs bounces, looks over here, sees this, and is going that direction. Before it was going this direction. So if we could find something in the middle, that would be great. If. And that's a big if. So we've kind of figured out some things, but we're still missing definitely some things too. We kind of know the places that aren't going to give us any quarter or any help. So this is a green door. Is there anything that would, like if I was to take this and try to go this way with this, I'd hit a purple. So I can't go anything green or purple. But I do kind of know that this photo doesn't matter because it's not being bounced into anything. So there is a certain level of that photo not mattering. We've run into quite a few photos that didn't really matter. So we need to keep an eye on the colors and see if there's... This one's just purple and it's bouncing over to this one. So if there was a exit out of this room that allowed you to take a purple, I think there is. I think you could go this far, but then the purple would stop you. So you could kind of swap. Like there really is no reason not to take this. You can't swap it out, can you? Right, so there's no place to actually put the purple if you get it into this room. And then purple and green. which I think stops pretty much anything. I could take a full purple this way and a full purple this way, but yeah, I don't know what else I could do with it. And every little movement of something stops something from bouncing into itself. And that might be a bad thing, or that might be a good thing. See, I think I just messed up a room. And then purple and yellow. So if I could get a purple and yellow past this point, that would be great. And running in circles doesn't do anything. We already moved a photo, and I don't see how moving another photo particularly does us any good, but it's not like this is doing us any good either. So let's put it there, and let's see if that really affects anything. This purple, I moved some stuff, so I may not actually be able to walk out of this room. Nope. Interesting. It does kind of feel like you can make some changes and it not matter. And I don't know if putting things where in specific spots really changes anything. See, by putting this here, this I think connects this room to itself, and I just don't know if there's a reason for that. Like, is there a reason why you'd want a purple gated room to connect? You know, this part is the exit, and so the exit is connecting to this part, which makes it see the other side of its reality, I suppose. So, is there really a difference here? Yeah, this has to be here because this one can't. That one can't move. It could be here. Seems like the solutions are fairly flippant on that one. But regardless of what you do, this one is going to bounce. Unless columns absorb. Yeah. So you just end up with one hallway that bounces and one column that doesn't bounce. And what if I was to take this one, you know, because that really is the solution piece. So I don't think there's a difference there. This one has to connect to this one, I think, otherwise this door doesn't open. This one bounces off nothing, but this one I assume has to connect with that for the door to continue to open. So you do have just another unused section there. And you have this like purple and this green. And I feel like there's probably a different way in which the entire orientation of the place could go. Red and yellow. Did we see a red and yellow anywhere else? No. So my only hope is that this here lets me do this. So you have to right click this, highlight that, and then left click, left click. See, it doesn't seem like it works the opposite direction. Seems like things only go in the paintings, they don't come out of the paintings. So, would there be a way to take a painting like this and put it somewhere with this black image, which the black image clearly is the end goal? That's the final location. We could take something like this. Maybe we find a different type of pedestal somewhere. See, that is blue purple. This is light blue, dark blue. Something needs to go through. But what could go through? What in the world could go through? Yellow, purple. Unless we change the orientation of those, I just don't think there's anything that moves. We could take this yellow blue and we could try and put it somewhere else. Okay. That should connect this. If there was something not blue purple, they could go through that. What if we brought down this and tried to hit something different? I mean, that does It did change it. I don't know if that helped anything, but it did change it. Like, does it really affect anything if I were to move these around like this? I don't think that would. It really comes down to making sure all the other things can bounce light somewhere. So it kind of has to be something like this, and it kind of has to be something like this, and that way we can get rid of, have this one bounce light. Let's see. Those two connect to that. This one is bouncing back. This one is bouncing back. That kind of does nothing for either one of these. And there's really no way for this to bounce into that. And we're still trying to figure out how to get this, which we haven't yet to even see, to possibly connect with anything at all. So if we bounce that part all the way over here, we don't know where that is either. But these wide paintings don't mean anything, do they? You can't even place them down. So the wide paintings mean something completely different. Yeah, they really feel like they should be completely different things then. Not placeable. And yeah, this is just bouncing back on itself. So we need that at some point to bounce onto that. Is there a way to get this the way we want it? Wow, you actually do lose spots, don't you? Here. Go back this way. To go back and grab this. To get a free spot in the wall. There was a game, I can't remember the name of it, where you had a gun and you shot little cubes and did a lot of puzzles that looked like this. Although perhaps with the gun mechanic and the ever increasing of mechanics like the gun mechanic, it made for a smoother experience. That game had a lot of polish on it and a lot of just progress that you would run into almost certainly, compared to this game, where it seems like you can easily be left to your own devices fairly easily and just left miserable if you're not careful. Okay. Before I do anything more, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. Because this is bouncing all the way back this way, all the way over here, all the way over here. We don't know where that is. And this is bouncing back on itself. Yeah, it does definitely feel like there's room for failure. I don't even know where I can put this down. Because this one... But clearly at some point this middle section is part of the problem. Okay. There must be this. That one's full. No, you know what I have to do? I have to run all the way back. Once again. Take this one and put it all the way where it was. Which was also part of the plan at one point, was to stick it here and see if that would do anything, but it won't. It never will. And then at that point, I have a free hand. It really would have been nicer if there was just an inventory system here of you can hold 2 photos at once. It's usually not worth it to argue about realism in video games, but when realism goes as far as realism is broken so far as that you cannot pick up a photo or a picture and put it on the ground. You know, if there was like an animation that showed... I hope this works. Hope that worked. Yes, finally. Finally made it to the next area. Which maybe that means we don't need to go back to the previous areas for a while. Maybe it means that there's a lot more that needs to be done. Well, I think this is a good point to end on a success. So As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.